Thank you, Sudarshan Kapoorji, please.
I am really glad that we are talking about a topic which has been very, very dear to my heart. Uh, we have identified the political leaders or the politicians who are responsible, but at the same time, let us not forget that there are some religious fanatics also who are so narrow minded. Though we have beautiful messages in our scriptures, all the religion teach love, and the problem is the practicing that. So, how to actually handle some of the religious fanatics actually who use the religious platform and bring their politics actually in the Sikhs and the in the temples as well as in the gurdwaras. I have heard myself personally some of the statements made by some of the leaders which really are very divisive, not unifying like that. How do we handle those kind of people? And it is very sad to say that the young people are being actually also poisoned against each other like that. I know in our own area, I know from my own campus that some of the Sikh students and some of the Hindu students, they do not meet each other. They work very separately like that. Though I have tried to have some various functions and events where we try to have them together. So I would like to have some very concrete and specific kind of ideas and suggestions that will help us.
Keshavji, your some idea of what you heard so far. Thank you. Please be brief.
I think all have given their own opinion very nicely. And I do believe we should not get involved with the political views and should not support. We should only, as a community leader, we should have our own principle, only welfare of the community, number one. Hindu, Sikh, Jain, Buddha, not separable. This is what I believe, and I would like to create the unity among them.
Thank you, Ji. Now, Kamini Ji, your idea, your views of what you've heard so far, what do you think? Have we made any progress? Are we getting closer?
Everybody has a very good ideas, very good message. As a community leader, it is our responsibility that we should not let extremists stay in any temple or gurdwaras. I lived in Orange County for many, many years. As I have gone to many gurdwaras, and I know a lot of people there also. They agree with me that that's why some gurdwaras were divided. Some gurdwaras were, after the service, they were making a slogan, Khalistan Jindabad, Khalistan Jindabad. And a lot of Sikh people didn't like it. So that's why the gurdwaras were divided. So they opened a new gurdwara. So any temple, any gurdwaras, any church, we should not let extremists make a propaganda or become a part of that.
And resolve this distinction we having between Hindus and Sikhs and other communities. When we start from upper level, institution or religious places, they preach common things, respect for each other, then most of the things can go away. But this is the only thing we're neglecting because we do not respect other religions. If we have that respect and we can come closer. In this country, we have so many religions. Nobody interferes with any religion. They do their things and we do ours. And we are independent, we are not fighting, but respect communities. All communities in India should be respected. It is not, they're 50, 100 years behind other, Western countries. That's all I wanted to say.
Good, Joseph. Thank you, Sandhya. Now, can I ask Uday Kapoorji to finally say what they think so far?
Thank you, Ji. So I think, as it was mentioned earlier, I'm actually not a very religious person. I don't go to temples and things like that. but I'm very proud of the San Jose Gurdwara, which is one of a really showcase. I saw it from the early stages. I have some good friends that were in the board and all that. And so recently, about 2 years ago, a relative was visiting from India, and I took them there. And we said, we'll enjoy langar and we'll, show you this beautiful temple, beautiful Gurdwara. And we sat in the main area where the Granthi from Amritsar actually was talking. And I cannot tell you how vicious and venomous his talk was. Talking about the Granth Sahibs being burnt in India, that there is genocide going on in Indian government. And we were looking at each other and we were embarrassed. We said, what is going on here? So I think I second the thing that discourses like that should not happen in any religious institution, whether it's a gurdwara or a mosque or a temple. Now, the other thing that in the same visit, there were people distributing the referendum 2020 pamphlets. There was a whole host of people because they took this they went to the UN to have this referendum passed for Khalistan. And that again was painful to see. But of course, I don't want to argue with anyone. Everybody has a right to express their views. And then the other thing I've heard is that people have gone, again, this is Sikh institutions that have organized and have gone to various city councils and county and talking about the genocide that has been happening in India. And I think they expressed their calendar after Blue Star. They're saying everything is like post Blue Star. And so, of course, there's a lot of hurt feelings. But I'm just saying that there are some real issues that are being faced. This is what I have heard. I cannot corroborate to the nth degree, but this is what, and I saw the pamphlet, I was given the pamphlet about the referendum 2020. So I think there are some real issues. And one time, I think at the ICC, where Dr. Anand was there, we were celebrating, I think, India's 50th, it was a Republic Day celebration. And outside, they were doing naras. There's a whole Sikh institution against the Indian government. And very gracefully, Dr. Anand said, this is Maya. Let's just take that as Maya. And it was so nice for him to say that. But I think there are some real issues, and I agree that politics and political motives and political agendas are real things. We have to face them, but at the same time, as a community, basing on love and caring for each other, that is what is going to make the difference.
Well, I'm
Thank
glad
you,
that
Kapoor Saabji. I think what you just said, it means that we need to continue with this dialogue. We need to continue. Next, I ask Arjun ji for their views.
Thank you. I agree with Dr. Kapoor that there are some well-educated people having degree, PhD and above who are fanatically religious. But I tell you, their number is very small. So their number is very small. But their effectiveness may be more. But the one thing that we must adopt some model for this. And the best model you are talking about, most of the speakers they have talked about, in America, there are more than 70%, there are more than 70 nationalities in America. They do not fight on religious basis. We should adopt, we will have to study this model, and the Indian people will have to adopt this model. But education is a must. It's a must. I say it is a must.
Dr. K. Sanand, please. Go ahead, Ji. Dr. K. Sanand.
Okay, thank you, Ji. I'm delighted to be part of this panel of very learned and widely experienced people. I do feel that the message is loud and clear. As long as we identify with sort of one is better than another, then we will not be able to accept each other as equals, as brothers and as sisters. So the message of love is preached by every religion. I can tell you, I was invited to the Clinton School of Public Service, where they were talking about interfaith harmony. And I said, you know, every religion has a hall. And in this hall, what happens is that is unique to that religion. Like the Jews have a synagogue, the Muslims has a mosque, the Hindus have a temple, Sikhs have a gurdwara, Christians have a church, whatever it is, they have this hall, this location. The ritual that is followed, the scriptures that are quoted, the steps that are done are extremely different. The way of dress, the way of language, everything is different. However, when each of these people leaves that hall and goes out into this big hall that Vaheguru, Akal Purukh Vaheguru has created, that the imminent being has created, Bhagwan has created this hall, which has bounded by the sky and the earth in all 10 directions. Then what each religion says is to do exactly the same. Love thy neighbor, speak the truth, have compassion. And you look at the inherent values. Why Christians and Jews and Muslims have been fighting over Jerusalem? They were all the Abrahamical religions. They all were brothers, Why they have for thousands of years, this conflict has gone on. So I feel that unless we can rise above our petty differences and acknowledge what is uniquely human to each one of us, then we will learn to be a human being. Otherwise, our tendencies will be bestial, like a beast, or demonic, like demons, where hatred and violence and all those greed and other things have an opportunity to take root and direct our behaviors. So truly, the time has come. Consciousness is at a certain level. Those who can make this transition from the separatedness to oneness will survive and move forward into the new world that is coming. And those who cannot, who get still stuck in these ruts of, I'm this and I'm that and I'm so and so, they will not be able to function in the world that is coming.
1 or 2 points to make. First, if we consider our religion is better than we are living in a fool's world. No religion is better than other. Number one. Number two, it is the people who will decide to unite, not the political leaders. Today, India is more divided. In 25 years, India is worse divided. It never happened in history of India, Indian civilization. And I will advise to Mr. Keshav Patel that whatever your symbol on the banner says, American Hindu, so why American Hindus make a banner which appeal to everybody? Because Swami Vivekananda says, we are true Hindus, we have not to give a wrong message of Hindus, what represent Hindus. So therefore, I will advise, change your banner, let the Hindus unite the world. Let the Hindus unite the Christians, Muslims, Sikhs. So change your banner, Because when you take banner to a student, young kid in USA, what message this carries? It carries that we are Hindu, we are a Sikh, we are a Muslim. It is wrong banner. Change it so that Hinduism.
Kashyap, unmute, please. You are talking. Kashyap, unmute.
Thank you, Ji. Baljinder Sidhu Ji, you have to talk this time.
Oh,
Your
sorry.
mic is still muted.
Yeah,
Baljinder Ji,
I
your mic
did
is muted.
Okay. It is a Hindu University of America. Hindu University? No. World Hindu Council of America. World Hindu Council of America. Now we have 4 religions: Hindu, Jain, Sikh, and Buddha.
Yeah.
So this is the name is Hindu, but it is Sanatan because this consists of Hindu, Jain, Sikh, and Buddha all together. So when we have a conference, Hindu, Jain, Sikh, and Buddha all are coming there.
What is the difficulty in having this for every religion in the world? Because if you develop this for every religion, they will read Hinduism. Christians will read Hinduism. Islam.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Ji. Let's give Baljinder Ji.
That is the second problem. When we meet together, we can discuss it.
Oh, yeah, we will talk.
Not today.
Next topic. Very
Not
good.
today.
Baljinder Sidhu Ji.
Thank you. I would like to say this with due respect to everybody's statements and views. I hear a lot of political correctness here. So if we want to discuss the solutions, then we have to come out of the political correctness.
Correct.
So let's see spade a spade. As Amrik Singh said, he salutes to the Kisan movement. Kisan movement created what a unified movement, non-political, non-religious. They put the large number of people in India together for a cause. And what happened? The first statement come from the government or the media is they're separatists, they're Khalistanis, they're getting money from outside. What a irresponsible, government has a responsibility to say, hey, they're our citizens, they have grudge, they have some, let's listen to them. Farmers were simply asking for farming, about the laws, and they were given the labels. That's what I'm saying. We are just doing the political correctness here. We should speak the truth what it is. So they triggered the movement that obviously from other side, people in all over America start doing the rallies, right? They start doing the rallies. As a result, Artesia, our Indian bazaar, they start doing rallies in the favor of Modi. So we are both irresponsible. We should talk to each other. Hey, okay, what's happening in India? That's in India. Let's not do rallies against each other. So
Correct.
Why do rallies in Artesia and then rallies? Because people are acting irresponsibly. So the problem is, I remember I've been here more than 45 years. We used to go to Indian consulate on 15th of August and 26th of January, celebrate and big functions. When an Indian leader will come, big Indian community will come together. So the whole split came when Indira Gandhi made the fatal mistake of Blue Star, because they created Khalistan. There is a raw wing of the government where the officer has a book issued. He stated in there clearly that Khalistan was never issued for the Sikhs. They never asked for it. So this narrative was created, imposed upon the Sikhs, and some of the Sikhs took it. Not everybody, they understand the political movement. So from there, the split started. And now I would say, fortunately, farmers came out with this, effort. So it looks like the whole India, people are talking, this is becoming a good environment. And there goes the government and label them as Khalistanis. So please, my dear friends, you all come from India, take the reality to the table. And you know who's causing it. When you label somebody like that and the person is not, then what do you expect the other person to say? So in spite of all that, I forgive everybody what they say. In spite of all that, we need to have a communication between a Gurdwara and a Mandir right here and right here.
Beautiful.
It's important. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Baljinder Ji. I want to sum up and say to everybody, I want to thank you all for your views. If anything we've learned today, that we all want to be together, we all want to be united. Somehow we've got to keep this dialogue going. This is what is going to unite us. Like Keshavji have suggested that we have a meeting once a month. Maybe we should, because that's what's going to bring us together. And let's help India in its hour of need. Thank you very much.